Welcome back. So still on complex number. Now we're moving to multiplication of polar form of complex number. Multiplication of polar form of complex number. Now, how do you go about it? Recall. Let's recall that Z is equals to what? Z is equals to R into bracket cos theta plus I sin theta, right? Recall that recall that Z equals to R into bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Now, so if you have Z1 will now be equals to what? R1 into bracket cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1, right? Then what will be Z2? Z2 will be what? R2 cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2, right? Now, we want to do the multiplication of polar form of complex number. Now, let's find Z1 multiplied by Z2. So Z1 multiplied by Z2 will now be what? What's our Z1? Our Z1 is R1 into bracket cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1, right? This for Z1. Then multiply by our Z2 will be what? R2 cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Do we get? Now, what do? We want to multiply this with this. So what do we have? We have R1, R2. We will multiply it together. So we are going to have, you say, R1, R2, right? R1, that is R1 multiplied by R2. Then what do we now have? This will now multiply this. So that will be cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1 multiplied by cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. So now, what do we have? So we have R1, R2. Cos theta 1 multiplied by cos theta 2 will give us what? That will give us cos theta 1, cos theta 2, right? They're having different theta, so they cannot just multiply and just say cos square. No, that was cos theta 1 multiplied by cos theta 2. Now, cos theta 1 multiplied by I sin theta 2 will give us what? That will give us plus cos theta 1. This multiplied by this, that will be cos theta 1 into bracket I sin theta 2, right? That's, I've done cos theta 1 multiplied by cos theta 2. That's cos theta 1 cos theta 2. Then cos theta 1 multiplied by I sin theta 2 will give us cos theta 1 into bracket I sin theta 2. Then let's go again. Plus I sin theta 1 multiplied by cos theta 2 will give us I sin theta 1 cos theta 2. Then plus I sin theta 1 multiplied by I sin theta 2 will give us I square sin theta 1 sin theta 2. Do you get? So I sin theta 1 multiplied by I sin theta 2 will give us I square. I multiplied by I is I square. Sin theta 1 sin theta 2. So what do we do? Now let's separate them from each other. Or before we even do that, let's recall. Before we do it, okay, let's just write it very well. R1, R2. Then into bracket, here is cos theta 1, cos theta 2. Then plus here it will not be what? I cos theta 1 sin theta 2. Do you understand? When I multiply this, to give me I cos theta 1 sin theta 2. Plus here will give me what? I sin theta 1 cos theta 2. And here will give me what? I square sin theta 1 sin theta 2. Do we get? So you now recall. You recall that when you have I square is equals to what? Minus 1, right? So that will give us R1, R2 cos theta 1 cos theta 2 plus I cos theta 1 sin theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 cos theta 2 plus what is now this I square? The I square now becomes what? Minus 1. So we have sine theta 1, sine theta 2. Do we get? So this is theta 2. So what do we do? So we write it and say R1, R2 will now give us cos theta 1, cos theta 2 plus I cos theta 1 sin theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 cos theta 2 plus times minus will give us what? That's minus sin theta 1 sin theta 2. Do we get? So what do we do? Let's bring this one to come and meet this. So what do we now have? We're going to have R1, R2. So we have cos theta 1, cos theta 2. So when we bring this, we are not taking it to anywhere, we are just bringing it to collecting like terms. That is minus sin theta 1 sin theta 2, right? So here we have plus. Now what is common here? Something is common. Cos theta 1 is not common, right? Sin theta 2 is not common between these two. So what is common? I is common. I can factorize I out. So I will say into bracket cos theta 1 sin theta 2, then plus. So what will I have? I'll have sin theta 1. I'll have cos, theta 2. So this is what we are going to have, right? So that will be, I is common between these two. So I'll factorize I out. That's cos theta 1 sin theta 2 plus sin theta 1 cos theta 2. So this one is already in front here. Do you understand? So what do we now do? We will have to recall another thing. So you recall again. You recall from trigonometry. You recall that when you have, because we want to arrive at a particular answer, that's why we're doing all this thing. So you recall that when you have sine A plus B, what is the recall of sine A plus B? That's sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, right? So you recall that when you have sine A plus B, it is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, right? So what again are we to recall? You recall that when you have cos A plus B, what is the recall for cos A plus B? That's cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. So if you don't know how we arrive at this recall, click on top of my pinned videos. Scroll to the right. When you scroll to the right, look for differentiation. You can click on view all. You will see the list of topics we've done. So look for differentiation, then you will actually see where we actually wrote all the whole formulas. Sure you understand? Where we actually wrote all the whole formulas. So you see this record here. So when we recall now, it means that if you have sine A plus B, it is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Now let's take our A as theta 1 and B as theta 2. It means that when we have cos theta 1 sin theta 2, that is cos A sin B, right? Then plus sin A. This also I can still write it as sin theta 1 cos theta 2 plus cos theta 1 sin theta 2. It's still the same thing. I can bring this to the front and take this to the back. It's still the same thing. So meaning that what? This sin theta 1 cos theta 2 sin A cos B plus cos theta 1 sin theta 2, which is what? Cos A sin B. Take your A as theta 1 and B as theta 2. It means this guy now is now sin A plus B, right? Then why this cos theta 1 cos theta 2 minus sin theta 1 sin theta 2? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B is now what? Is now cos A plus B. Do you understand? So what are we going to have? We're going to have Z1, Z2 will now be equals to what? We have R1, R2, right? Then into bracket. Now this cos theta 1 cos theta 2 minus sin theta 1 sin theta 2 is the same thing as this. So that we will now write it as what? Cos theta 1 plus theta 2. Then don't forget we have plus I. plus I. Then this guy is not taking as what? Sine theta 1 plus theta 2. Do you understand? So it's taken as this. Do you get it now? So this is just the formula we want to derive. This is just the formula we want to derive on the multiplication of polar form of complex number. So this is just the formula you want to derive. This is the formula we use. So when you are given in form of polar form, so z1 z2 is equal to r1 r2 cos theta 1 plus theta 2 plus I sin theta 1 plus theta 2. So we also in the next video we also do division of polar form of complex number. Make sure you watch the next video. Thank you.